What is up, my tricksters? Welcome to, I guess, what we're going to be calling Whack Deck Wednesday. Is the deck whack? Or wacky? Let's find out. Anyway, for those who need some extra context, I did a poll in the community tab recently because I'm getting slowly back into content creating, and I wanted to know what was the best day I should upload. And out of everybody that voted, Wednesday won. So what I'm gonna be trying to do is make it a scheduled thing where, say, around noon, you guys will get some type of video on Wednesdays. The only time I can't guarantee the time will be on, like if I do a short instead of a longer video. But that being said, we're going to do a Whack Deck Wednesday, and today's deck is going to be 60 card dinosaurs. So let's go check out some replay footage so you guys can see what this goofy deck can do, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the replay. Man, Edo has a back row bitch problem. That could be a whole video in and of itself. Like, most of the decks I came across were just back row decks. It was like, oh god. Anyway, so we're going to go over this very kind of goofy dinosaur deck that I came up with, where I just took all of the dinosaur stuff that's here and coming out in the future, and I said, what if I put it all together in this ridiculously large deck? And this is what happened. So I'm going to show it to you. First and foremost, we got our normal monsters, Frostosaurus and Megalomasher. They don't do anything. They're just normal monsters because we need normal monsters for certain effects. Big Daddy Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, which is in here because the other boss dinosaurs are not as boss as the biggest boss, and he is the biggest boss. So, funny. They created two new boss dinosaurs. One is in the twin-headed King Rex theme, and the other is this one here, Transcendrake Meteoros. Neither one of them are as good as this guy. Funny enough. Alright, we got our Kaiju. This deck is actually really cool because one of the cool things is we have more than just Oviraptor to search this guy now, so that's kind of neat. We also have Doodle Tyranno, and that also has another way to be searched now outside of the normal ones. We're playing Overtext because we wanted all of the ways that we could abuse everything in here, so it's in here. Also, it's a negate. If we did summon it off of a pill, it could be a spell and trap negate. Then we got our Pancratops, which this guy was at more than one. Our Xenos Meteoros. It's mostly just in here as a search off of grounds, as well as a an extender card, so to speak. I don't think it's that good. There are situations where I could get this guy out and Frostosaurus, but that's like only if I just want more monsters to swing at you with. It's Cyber Dragon. King Rex, the twin-headed dragon, is just a dinosaur cyber dragon. We have to either control no monsters, and then we can special summon it from the hand. The effect is, decent. It's a really good effect. I feel like we needed a dinosaur with this effect, but Konami again screws us because they don't give us the dinosaurs that we need. And if this guy was close, if they'd have made him level 4, he'd have been the exact dinosaur that Dino players needed. But unfortunately, Konami didn't do that because they don't have two brain cells to rub together in R&D, apparently. Anyway, we got Doodlebeast Stego. Another card that, if this guy had been level 4, would have also fit the bill. But again, Konami doesn't have two brain cells to rub together. Anyway, this is another search card. This is a way to get us to this guy. If we already have them, we can get to other things like Xeno Meteoros, which is these are kind of like chump blockers. Giant Rex, Extender, in specific situations. Miscellaneousaurus, we all know what this guy does, and we wish he was at 3 if you're a Dino player, and unfortunately, he is not, and probably won't ever be, but, we can always hope. Oviraptor! Stratos of every dinosaur deck ever. Then we got the scrap package, which you need this, frankly, because it's just another starter. Then we got a new card that is also an extender and a starter, and that is Kaitoptera. If you're noticing that mine has the card in there, I had to go actually and edit this in myself, funny enough. They had like they may have updated it for everybody else by now, but I had to go and get the card off of Twitter to get the right picture. But Kaitoptera is a really interesting card. If my opponent doesn't control wind monsters, nobody can attack him, which I think is interesting. Or if they control 2 face-up non-wind monsters, those monsters can't attack him, which is really weird. But point is, this guy can add polymerization, which can fuse into the fusion card that's associated with this card. And then we can get Lost World, attack directly, get extra summons. So they gave dinosaurs an ability to have an extra summon, and I like that. Ash Blossom, obligatory, unfortunately necessary evil because Konami won't get rid of the card. Yeah. Then we got our baby dinosaurs. I do 2 of the Triceratops, 2 of the Pterodactyl, then we got 2 of the Anodorn Archosaur. Just because all the ways to search double evolution bill. Feather Duster, because we don't like back row. Polymerization, you need it for Kaitoptera. Then we got the double evolution pills. That's just to get to any of the big guys in here. Then we got the obligatory Fossil Dig, which can search for everybody from level 6 to low. Dark Hole, because field wipes are still decent right now, as well as it combos with our baby dinosaurs. So there's also a bonus there. Ground Dino is like Fossil Dig, but it only searches for tuners or normal monsters. So we can search for Megalomasher, Frostosaurus, Xeno, Meteorus, or the Scrap Raptors. Those are the optional cards that we can get off of this guy. I think that's it, but for now. But yeah. The cool part is that these guys can blow up the baby dinosaurs in hand, which is a really cool combo. Then we got the Upstart Goblin, just, it lowers the deck down. Gold is Sarcophagus. Why are we playing this? Well, fun fact about Kaitoptera and Giant Rex, both of these cards can special summon themselves for being banished, so that's why we're playing it. So we can just, and if they happen to get stuck banished before this card resolves, we get it back later. So that's kind of a cool little neat trick. Foolish Burial. This is to put in your, your obligatory overtext here, as well as anything that we might need. Like, for example, if I need a normal monster in the graveyard to trigger off the normal monster-y ones like Xeno or Tricinderus Gigant Zowler here. If I want those effects to go off, I need a normie in there, so you can foolish those are the options there. Monster Born, bring back my dead monster. You guys know that one. Call out of the grave. I like and hate this card at the same time. I feel like I don't like. If Ash Blossom is going to be legal, I feel like this card should be legal. But if Ash Blossom was to be banned, I feel like this card should also be banned. But that's just my personal opinion there. Then we got Jurassic Power. Man, I am popular this evening. Anyway, Jurassic Power is a really unique spell. I don't think it's really what dinosaurs needed, but remember when I mentioned earlier that this is a way we had another way to search the Dogoron and the Doodle Beast Tyranno. This is how we can do it, because basically what we can do is we can send a dinosaur from our hand or face from the field to the graveyard, and we get to search one with a dinosaur monster with 1200 defense. Exactly. And these guys happen to fit that bill, as well as I think all of the twin-headed King, the King Rex, the twin-headed, all these guys that are based off of this monster, all have that. So we can search them all. It's not that great in my opinion, because the only thing that we can really benefit off of with this kind of effect, I think, is Overtext. But that's as far as I'm aware. I don't even think Overtext triggers if it goes off of this effect. I don't know. I don't think it does. But so there you go. You have Jurassic Power. Then we got the Lost World. You need this card. It's very powerful. And then we got a very interesting... Dinosaurs now have their own Call of the Haunted, or Back to the Front would actually be a more accurate card. This card is called Super Soaring. I think if I choose to play a real card game again, I may actually get copies of this card. Because this card can give you back a dinosaur that is banished or in the graveyard. And that seems really good to me, because graveyard blocking has always been kind of a problem for dinosaurs. And this card kind of mitigates that. So if we can't, if we cannot have access to the graveyard, then we've got Kaitoptera and Giant Rex, and then we can get cards that were about to be banished by our own effects, like our Pills or our Miscellaneousaurus, and we actually have ways to recycle it now. It's a little slower than I would like, but hey, we can at least use the second effect of Miscellaneousaurus more than once. We can also use this card as a chump block card, or if you properly summon Tyranno, you can bring it back, and it's really good. And then I have it's a combo piece for the Doodle Beast Stego. It also could negate an attack potentially, but that's rarely ever going to be used. All right, so then in the extra deck we got our Link Rebo and Secure Gardna here. Sorry about that. There we go. It's not wanting to work with me. Anyway, Secure Gardna here. This card, it's an obligatory combination. You got to have these cards, especially if you're using Amnidorn. It's an easy way to make sure that you can get into the double evolution pill off of like 1 or 2 cards. Penistag, I kept finding myself needing a card like this. Piercing is very important, and basically once we get a token on their field, they can't target my monsters. So the idea here is we can poke over other defensive monsters without having to proc effects, and then it's just straight battle damage. So I like that. Plus the tokens have 0, so it's 35. That's almost half of the life points. You know, you take two or three swings like that, and it's game over. Cerberus, it's, you know, if you got the right cards, it's a combo with the Lost World. If you're forced to go first, you can pop a card, pop the token, use Lost World, and then start your real plays with Oviraptor and Baby Dinosaurs. Same with Scrap Wyvern. We have the same. It's just a different line of combos, but yes, Scrap Wyvern as well. Nightmare Phoenix because we hate back row. Apollosa because we needed another way to negate monster effects. I'm still not sold on this one. I think another level 4 monster could have also been just as good, or rank 4 monster. Apollosa was the one I just personally owned because I got the cheap copy from forever ago. So yeah, that's what I went with. Then we got to the Timeless. Draw cards, makes my monsters bigger. There's actually a combo with this card and Pentastag where, like, you could do like 7,000 damage off of one swing attacking a token. That's really good. Baguska, there are some decks that this still affects, so yeah. Double Dulka, I don't know why, but having 2 seems to be smart right now because there are a lot of more cards in the game now that attack the extra deck than there used to be. So having 2 of the strongest negate that dinosaurs have seems like a smart play. Logia, you're still going to want to have this guy because there are cards there with all the back row decks taking precedent right now, because like Sky Striker's got a bunch of like overpowered stuff back, the things that they shouldn't have, because like I said, Konami doesn't have 2 brain cells to rub together. Yeah, so you're going to have to start playing this guy again in your dinosaur decks because frankly, yeah, you're going to need some extra spell and trap hate. Then I will swear up and down by this card. I know other dinosaur players prefer to play things like Zeus. I do not. I am going to be a drill driver of Espinato until proven otherwise. But this guy does piercing, and when he dies, he gives me back a dinosaur. You have no idea how many times I have abused this guy with Oviraptor and gotten extra searches that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. All right, now this is a card I'm really excited about in the future. That's not here, and it's the other half of the Kaitoptera, and this is Hornsaurus. So basically what this guy does is he can attack directly. He gets you a field spell, any field spell, funny enough, but I mostly just use it with Lost World. But this guy could be used to get any field spell, and then he gives you an extra normal summon of a dinosaur or a dragon. That seems really interesting. I'm not exactly sure yet how I can use this to its max potential. I'm going to start looking at dragon cards in the future because I'm thinking there's something there. I just haven't discovered it yet, but we'll see. But yeah, I really like the idea of this card, giving an extra normal summon, yeah, it seems like a really attacking directly. I like that. Then we have this card, Transcendurus Gigant Zowler. Gigantozowler? I don't know. That's probably not how you pronounce it. Anyway, point is we have this giant Transcendosaurus here, and you need a dinosaur and any normal monster, and we have dinosaurs that are normal monsters, so those are our fusion targets. And that's the secondary thing, by the way, of Grand Dino. This card can fuse from the graveyard. So you just banish this card, and it works like polymerization. So, and then this is another guy you'll need normal monsters to get full effect out of it, but you can target a dino monster in the graveyard, add it to your hand, so recycle them Oviraptors. If this card gets special summoned in the graveyard, you get to destroy 2 cards. If he's destroyed, you shuffle a normal monster in the graveyard into the deck, then you special summon him. So he has a way to like bring himself back. All you have to do is just like, oh, you destroyed me, cool, spin these guys back. Then he pops back, and then you get to blow shit up. So I think that's pretty good. And then the extra deck is just kind of miscellaneous stuff that I find useful to have around. Except for this guy. He was in the main deck. I swapped the Kaiju for this guy because I never summoned him, not even once. And the Kaiju is just more useful overall. So you actually have, and you can put whatever in the sideboard is best for you. I just pick cards that I have that are available in my plethora of options, in my own personal collection there. So there you go, guys. This was my kooky 60-card dinosaur deck. I hope you like it. If this is the kind of content you still enjoy, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you next week. Peace.